Useful properties of apples for the human body. Useful properties of apples for the human body and the blessings of nature. The cure for all diseases is embodied. Among them, the most common and gaining attention is apples. According to legends, it turns out that these high men caused the appearance of human degeneration on Earth. Sources say that the original homeland of apples is Central Asia, and there are about 7,000 species in the world. And on the territory of Uzbekistan, more than 100 varieties of apples are grown. Apples contain a large amount of vitamins C, V1, V2, R, E, A, potassium, manganese and iron. Vitamins C and V improve metabolism in all organs. R and E drugs rejuvenate the body and restore the condition of the skin and tissues. The fact that the substance potassium normalizes arterial blood pressure, strengthens tooth enamel and bone tissue has proven itself in many studies. And the pectin contained in apples contributes to the elimination of excess cholesterol from the body, and also keeps it away from diabetes mellitus. This substance ensures that the facial skin is taut and clear again. In addition, one can rely on the help of an apple even in forgetting about brain strains, thoughts that dull the mood. To do this, it is enough to dial 1 to 2 of the fragrant apples on the window sill in the bedroom. 80% of apples are made up of water and the remaining 20% are made up of beneficial vitamins. 100 grams of fresh apples contain only 47 kilocalories. There are practically no fats in it. However, because the composition is rich in carbohydrates, the saturation level is high. For this reason, it can be a good food for those who want to lose weight. Apples contain a lot of substances that slow down the rotting binging process, activate flatulence in the intestines, due to which this fruit cleanses the body of harmful substances, relieving the abdomen from rest. In gastrointestinal diseases, colon inflammation and dysentery, apples come to the rescue. In addition, those who intend to lose weight are well helped by the apple diet, which is designed for 1 week. This will consume salads, compotes and juices made from apples for 7 days, dishes with apples stewed in a gas oven and steamed. The dubile substances contained in apples resist the accumulation of peshubic acid in the body. Therefore, even in gout, the apple diet gives a good breath. In addition, it protects against kidney stone and gallstone diseases. The apple diet activates the separation of the forehead and grass. Apples prevent constipation. To do this, it is required to take food in the morning on an empty stomach 1 to 2 pieces. Once every 2 to 3 weeks for 1 day without eating, only with the help of nutrition, you can clean the organization in a natural way. Those who like this fruit will be smart. Because apples finalize the movement of blood in the vessels, fight against parishioners, brain snoring. The researchers' opinion is that if a person consumes to take 3 pieces per day, even at a great age, his memory is strong, and his brain works with high accuracy. Mild types of hypertension can be treated to get a fake without medication. The constant presence in the daily diet eliminates edema associated with the activity of the heart in the body, affects the old course of infarction and stroke. Sour apple, natural antibiotics. Since sour apples are high in vitamin C, they contribute a lot to increasing immunity. It strengthens the vascular wall, helps to energize patients who have been in pain for a long time. Phytoncides in apples are a natural antibiotic that is able to kill viruses in the body when you have a cold and fight the flu. Benefits of peel, seeds and vinegar. Many scientists say that apple peels contain substances that cleanse the blood of excess cholesterol, stop the growth of cancer cells, so it is recommended to eat this fruit without peeling it. And for young children, it is better to arch the peel of an apple and give it in the form of grated porridge, until the chewing reflex is fully formed. The usefulness aspect of an apple also depends on its color. For example, many people like red and yellow apples, because due to the high sugar, carbohydrate content, such apples become very sweet. And when viewed from a medical point of view, green sour apples, which contain an abundance of pectin substances, have more healing properties. Blue apples are slightly less high in calories than red apples. If you want to reduce weight or protect yourself from sugar disease, it is better to eat blue apples, that is, sour sweet apples. According to the recommendation of the Universal Health Organization, men should not exceed 700 grams of apples per day, and women -500 grams. Take into account that apples contain acid that affects the formation of gastric juice. Therefore, it is good that apples are usually eaten before lunch. The usefulness aspect of an apple also depends on its color. For example, many people like red and yellow apples, because due to the high sugar, carbohydrate content, such apples become very sweet. And when viewed from a medical point of view, green sour apples, which contain an abundance of pectin substances, have more healing properties. Blue apples are slightly less high in calories than red apples. If you want to reduce weight or protect yourself from sugar disease, it is better to eat blue apples, that is, sour sweet apples. According to the recommendation of the Universal Health Organization, men should not exceed 700 grams of apples per day, and women -500 grams. Take into account that apples contain acid that affects the formation of gastric juice. Therefore, it is good that apples are usually eaten before lunch. Some believe that cooking in a pan is more caloric than in an ordinary apple. If during cooking apples are not added honey, sugar, cottage cheese, then its calories will be the same as that of ordinary apples. Apple tea is formed if you brew an apple stump in a teapot with boiling water. Such a tincture also has a calming property. And apples cooked in jam are low in acids that affect the secretion of gastric juice. There is also an erroneous view that eating too much apples increases blood. Apples have such a small amount of iron that in practice the body cannot absorb it. However, apples contain a lot of medicinal substances, kletchatka, which neutralizes toxic substances in the intestines. Any variety of apples contains up to 80% water. But blue apples, which ripen by autumn and winter, will have a little less water. Diseases related to food digestion, such as ulcers, constipation, erosion, injuries, can cause pain, develop disease if apples are eaten a lot at times of sensitivity. Because apples have a lot of coarse cuttlefish, especially in its peel. The fruit, juice, compote, jam, stump of apples are widely consumed. It is also possible to eat apple products, putting them in various desserts and desserts.